I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We are joined by ProbsDani. Hi, Danny.
Hello.
Please introduce yourself.
Hiyo, I'm Danny. I'm a very scary, super intimidating fire dragon. I hope you're having a wonderful day.
I am very scared and intimidated. And I'm having a wonderful day because you're here. Thank you for coming on the show. So how long have you been a intimidating dragon?
For about 4 years now.
4 years. So that's practically ancient as far as VTuber standards.
For a VTuber, it's an ancient time.
Yeah. So what got you started?
Well, I actually started as a face cam streamer, and then I got a lot of really creepy guys on Twitch and decided not to show my face anymore.
Yeah.
And then I just drew my own model and started VTubing.
Yeah. I gave up that fight a long time ago. Guys are really creepy. I just
It happens. It happens.
It definitely happens. But so you decided to go ahead and try the VTuber thing. And had you followed VTubing before, or did you know anybody who was doing it?
Honestly, I just liked anime and drawing, and just kind of ended up slipping into it.
Yeah. Then you are an artist.
Yes.
Are you doing the commissions right now?
Yeah, sometimes it's more just like whatever people reach out to me, and I consider it.
Yeah, we've got the links up on the description of the interview here. So if you want to check out and see what Danny's got going on, you can connect from there. And again, they even got a price guide there for you. So definitely to see what she's got to offer. So were you doing artwork before you did VTubing, or is that something that you did before?
Oh yeah, I used to collect how to draw anime books.
Oh.
So like, I used to be a traditional artist, and I took art classes and everything, and then I just kind of started drawing digitally, and yeah, I went from there.
So I got to ask you about that, because it's always I interviewed different artists, and they say different things about taking art classes. Some of them enjoy it because they get to learn the basics that they didn't learn before. Some of them have trouble with it because the art classes try to pigeonhole them into something that they're not. How did that work for you?
Well, I actually started as like a pretty young age, and for me, it was mostly still life drawing classes. So it was a lot of like draw what you see kind of a thing.
Right.
And like kind of learning about volume and a bunch of different like really basic things, which I found was really nice because it like just overall boosted my artistic ability and my understanding of art. And I felt that it really helped instead of pigeonholing.
Yeah. Yeah. So you were still learning at the time as you got into it, and it helped you in that sort of painting.
Yeah, it's more just like it's I find that the art classes I tend to take always kind of brush up on the basics, like the 7 principles and the 7 elements of art, and when it goes through that, it just makes everything better overall.
Which class did you take that shows you how to do hands?
Hands. I haven't really done a hand drawing class, but like with the observation, like you kind of start learning how to dissect objects, and I can basically draw anything I want because I just break it down to simple shapes.
I heard the hackles go up a little bit when I said hands. I ask every artist that, so don't
Every
think
artist panics with hands.
Yeah. And it's why there's a reason why you see the old master paintings and you don't really see a lot of hands in them.
You just put them in the pockets or
right.
behind the person.
That's right. That's why Napoleon had his hand up there. You didn't want to draw it.
Of course.
But you started with traditional painting and artistry. Then did you move into when did you go into the computer type?
I started digital at the start of COVID, just about.
So that was not
I got a tablet and just went for it.
Not that long ago. So was it an easy transition for you?
It was tough, honestly. I felt for a long time that my traditional artistic ability was a lot better than my digital one.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just because I'd never practiced the medium before. And it was like some of the skills transferred over, but not all of them.
Mm. Yeah.
So it took me a long time to get a look that I was happy with. And now I'm kind of settling into a style that I'm like, all right, I like this.
Yeah. Does it depend on what program you're using, or can you use
I
any
stick to
program?
the same one.
Yeah. Well, it
So,
so you learn that program first, and if somebody said, "Oh, you should use the Zamo Art Special 9000 instead of that program," you're not going to jump to it.
no, I stick to Clip Studio Paint.
Well,
Mostly just because it's literally Photoshop but developed to be for artists.
mm-hmm.
So
And
I find that it has everything I need and want.
cool. I mean, it's sometimes the grass isn't greener on the other side when it comes to those things. And you have
Yeah.
I would hate to think that you've done all this work on this one program, jump to a different program, and then have to learn it all over again.
I actually
Um,
find it not too hard using other programs
yeah.
because they generally have the same like pencil and brush and
Hmm.
like it's similar, just a different syntax, you know?
Hmm. So you've been able to what 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 has gotten you over the hump from painting and drawing and doing artwork and then showing it to people?
Showing it to people?
Yeah, because to me, there's always a difference. You know, you can go home and I can go home and paint a really bad stick man, but I don't want to show it to anybody.
Well, I've always been a bit of a content creator in that way that
Yeah.
I just like sharing what I do.
Yeah.
In my mind, it's like if I do something that I can be proud of, like I think it's always great to celebrate your friends' successes with them. So I just share my successes with people.
Cool. That's great. That may sound like nothing to people listening out there, but it can be a mountain for a lot of people. That you put a lot of yourself out there when you show what you've done to other people.
Yeah,
Well, and
definitely.
have you ever gotten bitten on the nose when you've done that?
No,
That's good.
I'd say I'm pretty good. So it's I tend to get pretty positive feedback.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big enough content creator to get hate comments either. So I'm in that nice middle ground.
Danny's pretty good. Danny's got this going on. Don't worry about it. No,
Yeah.
it's good. It's good that you have that type of confidence to do that. And did you use that type of confidence when you started VTubing?
Um, Honestly, when I started VTubing, the way I started streaming in general was just like I would turn on my stream and talk to myself for 2 to 3 hours and then call it a day and with nobody in my chat.
Wow.
So nowadays I'm very lucky that I ended up with like around 20 viewers ish. But like even that for me is like I'm just so grateful to them, honestly.
Yeah, and it's good that they come back for you because they're coming back for you. Not
Yeah.
and so were you somebody that liked to perform in front of people, or were you mostly as a younger person someone who committed their artistry to paper?
Um, Honestly, I enjoy singing and I like dancing and I just enjoy doing stuff that tends to draw attention. But like it's really ironic because like I'll talk in front of a bunch of people, but the second a lot of eyes are on me, I get nervous.
Mm. Yeah, I'll do the speech, but no one can look at me.
Yeah. Everyone close your eyes and turn around and I'll just talk from back here.
Yeah, I can understand that completely. After all those years of radio, I still don't like getting in front of people and talking.
Radio, that's interesting.
Yeah, I did 35 years in that thing, and
Wow.
and there were times when I would do post game stuff for a major college football program, and
Yeah.
and I know there'd be thousands of people listening. I didn't care, but if I was standing in front of 10 people watching me, then I cared.
I think it's because you just don't see them.
Yeah, that's it. Pretty much it.
It's just a little number. It's fine.
Yeah, and I think some of that type of thing carries over to some VTubers too, because you're not seeing those people that are on the other side. However, you are communicating with them and you're interacting with them, but you do have that little bit of a shield.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
It's definitely one of those like if people were standing right in front of me, I probably wouldn't talk to them.
Yeah, wouldn't want much to do with it. um,
I'm like, you can listen to me through the internet. You don't need to listen to me in person. That's fine.
so once you have gotten started and going on your VTubing career, what have you liked to do
Mhm.
the most while you're online?
Honestly, I really enjoy just having streams where I do a thing, but like the thing isn't really the focus of it. It's
Hmm.
more so just interacting with my chat and having a good time.
Hmm. So it's bringing them into it too.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think that my content is more so personality driven
Hmm.
than content driven. Like a lot of the times I don't really care if I win or lose in the video game. It's more so just about having something going on in the background while I talk to my chat.
Yeah. Well, that's a good way to go about it because it is truthfully your personality that's bringing people back to it. Maybe they'll come to the game or the artwork or whatever you're doing on stream to see what's going on, but the hook is your personality,
Hmm.
and that's what reels in the fish.
Well, I'd like to think so.
And I just called your chat fish. I hope they don't mind.
It reels them in. I've gone fishing.
Throw out the net. Bring in the fish. Um, the so how did you find it easy once you got started in VTubing? That once people started tuning in to see what you were doing, that it started kind of growing a little bit by word of mouth.
Um, Honestly, I didn't get that much of it. For me, most of my growth actually came from playing Dead by Daylight.
Mm-hmm.
For a while, I was a Dead by Daylight streamer, and a lot of people in that community are very willing to check out streamers,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of that helped me grow a bit.
Yeah,
But again, that's just one of those games that people enjoy, and they'll come only for that game.
yeah, yeah. That's
But it did help me with growth a lot
yeah,
because it's such a big community with a bunch of streamers, and all the streamers check each other out, and it's just yeah.
yeah, yeah. Check each other out for potential tips and or uh,
Or stream sniping, one
stream
or the other.
sniping. Both, yes. Um, so have you done art streams?
Yeah, I've done quite a few art streams.
Yeah.
I get a little nervous when I do them though, because I find that I end up going into the zone,
Mm,
and because art is my happy place.
right.
That's one of my biggest passions in life.
Yeah.
Um, and I end up just going into the zone, and I just don't say anything. So for a while, my chat will just sit in silence, and I'm just focused on the drawing.
Watch the
And then I'm like,
maestro at
oh,
work.
wait, I'm streaming. I should talk to people.
No, it's time to watch the maestro at work. But have you gotten some backseat artists?
No, not really.
I'm really.
Mostly just people coming in asking for advice.
Mm, well, that's nice anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I'm.
I have a pretty good community if I'm being honest. I'm very lucky in that sense where it's like whatever I do, like for a long time, I would be like, "Hey guys, what content do you want to see from me? Like, what should I do on stream?" And everyone's just like, "You follow your heart. You got this."
Oh,
Which isn't helpful, but it's very nice and very considerate.
well, you've already hooked them. So what are you gonna do? They're already in the boat.
Yeah, they're already there. They're like, "All right, I'll see this through."
Yeah. Well, when you are doing art online, are
Hmm.
they commissions? Are they just things that you want to do? Do you take
It's a mix
requests?
of both, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Because honestly, when I take commissions, I only take commissions that I want to do anyways.
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm not really one of those people that whose main income is VTubing and streaming.
Right.
So I end up just kind of doing it for fun.
Well, I mean, it's pretty good fun if you can get some money out of it too.
It's the money is nice, but for me, it's more just I'm drawing anyways. Like I don't mind if you guys watch. Like it's all right.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure glad you weren't a radio person because you'd be stuck in there getting no money. That's how it worked for us back then. But the fact that you enjoy it so much and enjoy sharing it with other people, I'm sure makes it an enjoyable experience for everybody.
Yeah, I have been told that because I'm so intrigued and happy by it, it just kind of transfers over to people.
Hmm.
But I personally, I'm like, man, I'm being so boring by not talking when I'm doing this.
Well, it goes back to person being happy and with what they're doing and enjoying themselves, and it being a big part of them, it shows.
Of
Um,
course, yes.
if you were playing a game that you hated, and it was episode 3 of you playing this game that you hated, you'd probably have negative people watching. Because
Yeah, no,
I don't care
I've
how
had
good.
multiple times
Yeah,
where I'm like, oh, I should play this game. It's really popping off, and then I start playing it, and I'm like miserable, and
yeah,
no one wants to watch it.
yeah,
Everyone leaves, and I'm
yeah,
like, why am I doing this?
yeah,
Long time ago, I was like, that's not for me. That's not the kind of content I want to make.
yeah. Yeah, but if you don't like it, maybe one time it's funny to go through and
Yeah, just
mess
like
with
a
it a little
little
bit.
bit. Like I did one time, like I think like Pogo Stuck once, and then I never touched it again.
Did you set it on fire?
I just went, this is great. I guys, this is so fun. I'll totally finish it next time, and then I just never mentioned it
Watch,
ever.
watch the schedules for more information on somebody else's
Guys,
channel.
it's right there. I did it last week. I don't.
Yeah, I finished it off. I finished it off stream. Sorry about that. The recording didn't work. Sorry about that.
There was a glitch. There was a glitch. I totally won.
That happens for folks, but you got to know when to let go in those certain situations, and I imagine it happens to a lot of people who've been streaming for a while.
Hmm.
As far as have you done some collaborations? Have you been able to do that?
Yeah. I mean, I have my groups that I hang out with.
Hmm.
Like I said, like VTubing is more of a hobby for me than anything else, so I'm not too concerned with pushing for collaborations or anything.
Yeah.
But I have quite a few friends that I'll collab with, and we'll just play games and just have a good time.
Yeah. It's what type of games are you collabing on?
Sometimes Valorant, Dead by Daylight.
Mm.
What's another one? Lethal Company is a pretty big one that we did for a while.
Yeah, no chaos there.
Yeah, it's just one of those calm, relaxing experiences.
Yeah, but it's the most serious game on the internet is
Yeah, it's definitely not like one of my friends downloaded a mod where he could become the monsters and murdered me a bunch of times. That would be real ridiculous.
no, there's just no situation where you run around and smack each other with stop signs for no particular reason. And
What? Me? Sir, I didn't even touch that stop sign. I don't know. It
no,
must have been an accident.
you were possessed. That's what it was. You were possessed at the time. That's what.
Yeah. I just picked up a mask and put it on. It's fine. That's fine.
So, what game is there? A game coming out here soon that you really want to get on stream?
Ooh, what games are coming out soon? I haven't really been looking into it, honestly.
Or a game that you
For
that you haven't done yet?
that I haven't done yet. Ooh. Ah. Let me look at my Steam real quick because there's been a few. I just don't remember them off the top of my head.
Yeah. Pogo Stuck 2?
Yeah, totally. Recently, I actually picked up Strange Horticulture. That one is interesting, and I'm considering doing it on stream.
All right, I haven't heard of that one. What's that? I mean, obviously it's
You're
about strange horticulture.
you're a horticulturist,
Hmm.
so you know about plants.
Right.
And the interesting part about it is that like there's a lot of mysteries on the go
Mm.
and like a lot of like potential for like someone sabotage or stuff like that. Like there's a lot of mystery behind it and you use the plants to discover the solutions and stuff.
Oh.
We have to identify the right plants, so it's a
Oh.
little bit tricky.
So you identify them. Do you grow them and use them? Do you have to do both? Or
You have them and you can collect more plants throughout the game.
oh.
But you have to kind of adventure and you just kind of look at a map and you kind of start going to different places and collecting plants, using the plants to solve for other plants and etc.
So it's almost a detective thing.
Yeah, a little bit
Huh.
like a detective.
A gathering detective game involving plants. Yeah, that does sound
Yes,
interesting.
yes.
Actually, it really sounds like once you get into it, you're really into it.
Yeah, I'm still kind of at the start of it, so I don't know too many details, but like it just sounded interesting and I was like that could be fun for stream.
Oh yeah, I imagine a lot of
But
people.
right now
Go ahead.
oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Right now I'm currently just planning for my debut because I've been a VTuber a long time. I never actually did a debut for it.
So when is that coming up?
So I'm On August 3rd, I'll be doing my debut.
No, not too far away.
Yeah, so just been planning for that really.
Well, actually, it's what, 1, 2,
A
less
week.
than a week away. Are you
Yes.
ready?
Not at all. I've been doing a lot of hype and being like, guys, I'm so excited. And then I'm like, I have nothing ready.
You hear the drum roll, and then thanks for watching.
Yeah, I've done the drum roll, but I haven't figured out the punchline yet.
So I mean, I'm not going to ask you to spill all the beans, but spill a couple beans. Is there have you got anything set in stone right now that you're going to do?
Well, I finished most of the model, so
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
yeah.
So
Most
I
of it
did
is,
all the drawing and all
yeah.
the rigging, and I think it's probably the model I've made like the best so far.
Cool.
So I'm really excited to use it. It's also just I don't know if you've ever used a VTuber model, but this is
No.
for me one of those models where it's like when I use it, I'm like, that's me. I did a thing.
That's great. I mean, that's good that you have that type of a connection to it. How long did it take for you to learn to do the rigging?
Oh well, it's been a journey, right? Because when I started streaming, and like I took like maybe half a year of face cam streaming,
Mm-hmm.
and then I slowly started doing VTuber stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I was stubborn at first, and I was like, I don't need a tutorial. I can figure this out. So I tried to make some VTuber models, and they ended up awful naturally because it's something I literally had never done and never looked into. And I was like, I can do that. um, so I've slowly progressed and gotten better, and it's like my art and my rigging have gotten better, like side by side, which is a very nice transition to see.
Good.
So I'm very excited to see how it's gonna how it's gonna be received this time around.
August 3rd, folks, mark it down. It's the debut of Danny coming up on the 3rd. And
Yeah, brand new VTuber.
brand new.
Only been streaming for 4 years.
That's right. Well, I've seen some debuts that were a lot longer than that in coming.
Yeah?
Yeah. The debut number 4.0 or something like that, or 4.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
But I've never debuted any of my models. So
Wow.
this is my 1.0, but
Yeah.
my first time debuting
Yes.
ever. So
We're gonna
nervous.
so that's coming up. We're gonna look forward to that for sure. So you mentioned some of the other things you like to do. I thought you mentioned singing. Did you not?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Have you decided that you're going to do some of that on stream?
I have done singing on stream before. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it for the debut. Just because like I want to keep it pretty tight for the debut, and sometimes singing can get copyright strikes.
Oh yes, I actually had that happen here recently. At first time.
Yeah?
In 200 some interviews, I had that happen. I'm kind of surprised, but
Yeah, I mean, like if you sing too much of a popular song, like they're gonna get you.
yeah. That's why I don't like any popular songs.
The nice thing on Twitch is that like they kind of let you get away with it a little more than YouTube,
Yeah.
but I still wouldn't risk it for a debut stream.
What about a cover song?
I have done a cover song before.
Yeah.
The one thing I haven't figured out how to do is make my mic do like the reverb thing, which I think would make everything sound a lot better when I'm singing.
Yeah. My ridiculous setup only has an echo. I can put an echo on it. That's about it. It sounds
That's
ridiculous.
pretty good.
Well, I mean,
But
you can't save this voice when it comes to singing, so it's not going to work. I will break your equipment.
I mean, that's a challenge in itself, right?
That's right. You come up with equipment that'll
Guys,
save this
I
voice.
made everyone spend a lot of money to repair their equipment after they heard me sing.
That's right. I haven't had a note since 1985. I'll tell you that. On purpose. Yeah.
But then you can tell them that you were actually on the side of the computer companies. You helped make a lot of sales.
Shh, quiet. I'm downloading the viruses as we speak. But you have done the cover. Have you got more upcoming? Maybe.
I don't have any planned as of yet. Honestly, I tend to do them more so as like a reward when I'm doing like a subathon or something.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, because the last one was a reward for my subathon, which was a long one, but after that I ended up releasing that song. So
Well, cool. Well, let us know when the next one comes out, because I think we're gonna
we'll have to see.
we did the 200th episode here, and it was an all musical one. I think we'll do
An
that
all
more often.
musical one.
Yeah, we ended up doing an hour because a lot of our guests
Wow.
have music in the background. So I think we'll do that again sometime in the future. So I want you on that. So
All right, that sounds fun.
yeah, so I think that'll be cool. So after the big event comes up and you've successfully wrapped up everything for the debut, what's
Mhm.
next?
I'm honestly planning on having a schedule after the debut because I've
Mm,
never really had a schedule.
yeah.
Um, but now with IRL stuff getting little more organized, I'm considering doing like 1 hour and a half streams twice a week.
Okay.
Um, so we're gonna see how that goes, and they're probably gonna be mostly art streams, and then with some gaming and singing mixed in.
Mm, yep. You're gonna sing and game at the same time.
I've done that many times.
Now, if you do that with the art, you can make your own music video.
Just while I'm singing, I draw the music video.
I mean, I haven't heard anybody doing that yet. That's pretty original.
That'd be pretty interesting. I actually was experimenting with this one thing because I was drawing myself a model, and I was like, what if I did a stream where I was drawing the expressions as I talk?
Oh, how'd that work?
Yeah, so I haven't done it. I haven't tried it, but I just thought it could be an interesting concept
In
because you can get pretty expressive with it.
in
But I already have a VTuber model, so it's like kind of redundant.
yeah, yeah. Well, in the future, yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of those things that to sock away for the future. Sounds like to me you got things going in your favor here, Danny.
Hmm?
Sounds like you got things going in your favor here.
You think so?
Wow, I mean you got things planned out. I mean you're almost ready for your debut. Or
I try.
yeah,
I do a lot of plotting and scheming, and sometimes they work.
but obviously you're a very talented person, and you got a good bunch of folks that are sticking with you right now as you go. And once you get that regular schedule going, you know by now how important that is to keep
Sure, for
people
sure.
coming back. So next time I talk with you, I fully expect you to have like 2,000 followers every.
But that's too close. That's too little of a goal.
Oh well, okay. How about 20,000?
Okay, I'll try my best. We might not talk for a few years.
Some people would say that's a good thing for you. It's
If I'm gonna reach that goal, I'm gonna need like 10 years, maybe.
who knows where I'll be by then. My wife will probably have me in the old folks home by then, but I'll still have my computer. And they can't stop
It's
me.
fine. It's fine. We'll figure it out. We'll plan it out. It'll be great.
Danny, it's just an absolute pleasure to talk with you, and I hope that everything goes well here on the 3rd. Remember, that debut is coming up on August 3rd. What time?
12 EST.
12 EST in the afternoon or evening?
Uh, well, it's noon.
Noon. Yes, I have to say that because I write down 12 in my notebook, and I do things at midnight, and I end up showing up at noon, and I don't know the difference anymore. It's pretty sad. Congratulations for this coming up. I know it's going to go well. You sound like you got everything going in your way, and I hope it continues for you.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.